any pockets in our robes, so it's a little crumpled, so I apologize. Good afternoon, and congratulations. Wahoo wah! Thank you. I want you to think about today. Take a look around. Today is full of emotion. It's full of laughter, and maybe even just a few tears, right? After reading about 100 books or so, thousands of pages, 50 papers I calculate, maybe 30 tests, 20 or so presentations, numerous classes, maybe a few all-nighters, and of course, the capstone project, you have joined an elite bunch. You are now an alumni of the University of Virginia. But I also want you to think about another time. I want you to close your eyes for just a minute and think about orientation day, or that very first class when you walked in that classroom. Does today feel different? On that first night or in orientation, you were probably a little intimidated by the professor. Sorry, guys. And all the books you needed to buy, or that syllabus that just went on and on and on. And you may have thought, I can't do this. But you did do it. And you have done it. And you have changed. You see, that's what learning is all about. Change. Just the mere act of learning changes everything. You think differently, which causes you to act differently, which causes you to be different. Now Jefferson, who by last count has been referenced about 10 or 15 times over this weekend, believed that learning was a lifelong journey, that it never stopped. I asked you to share that with others now. Your experiences here may have put you on the path to more education, a better job, or simply the satisfaction of completing something that you started so many years ago. Continue to encourage others. Tell them about your experiences here at this university and the changes that you have seen in yourself and others. And let them know, just as others have rooted for you, that you are rooting for them. I have two quick stories to share with you, and then I'll sit down, I promise. Because I'm the only thing that's keeping you from these diplomas. So, when I started in the program in August of 2011, Dean Kennedy was in the audience. Now, I had no idea who this guy was until he got up to speak. He talked about how he had looked at our biographies that we had written and the jobs that we had. We were businessmen and businesswomen. We were moms, dads, teachers, students' aides. There were lots of different jobs that we represented by being there. And he also shared the philosophy behind the BIS program, that the BIS staff understands that life happens. Dean Kennedy went on to tell us that this program is designed for us to be successful. Dean Kennedy, thank you for those comments. I haven't forgotten them. Thank you to you, Donna, and your team. You all do a great job. The second story happened just last year. I had the opportunity to hear Teresa Sullivan, the president of this great university, speak. Now, President Sullivan has a very, very busy schedule. But there she was on a Saturday morning speaking to BIS students at the BIS orientation. She came in, much like Dean Kennedy did, very unassuming, sat down at a table and started talking to the new students about their experiences. When she was introduced, the students were told that Dr. Sullivan had had a choice that day and had decided to spend time with the BIS students. President Sullivan got up and she said, yes, I did have a choice today, but so did you. And what Dr. Sullivan said is very true. We did have a choice. We chose the University of Virginia, and here we are on the lawn. Enjoy today. Thank you for being here. Today is a part of your educational experience, and you had a choice. I'm glad you chose to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Lori. In the 15-year history of BIS, you have become known for your impressive commitment to your education, for the community you have built, and for the academic accomplishments far beyond what most people thought possible. Today, we have the opportunity to honor those among you who have earned the program's highest academic achievement. The Bachelor of Interdisciplinary Studies Outstanding Capstone Project Award is made possible through the generosity of Stephen T. Thornton. He's professor of physics and former chair of the BIS Academic Oversight Committee. He has given abundantly of his time since and even before BIS began. We thank Stephen Thornton for that. This year, the Capstone Project Award Committee reported their decision with these comments. Yet again, we are so impressed with the imagination and the high-quality work of all of these projects. You've come a long, long way in development of research skills. Anne-Marie Plunkett and John Corlett, as well as the full BIS faculty, are to be commended. Great work. So, among many excellent capstone projects, the recipient of the award for her work, The Evolution of Legal Precedents in United States Genetic Patent Cases Over the Past Century, is Marie Fleming. And we should acknowledge her capstone mentor, Mr. Bill Welty. The second recognition today is for individual achievement, particularly the highest GPA earned in BIS. This year, it is a 4.0, which means throughout this entire trek to degree completion, there was no grade lower than an A. Think about it. This year's highest GPA achievement is awarded to Tim Wagner. And by the way, those plaques hang on the wall, but enjoy them for today. Class of summer, fall 13 and spring 14, we will ask you now to come forward to receive your diplomas. And as you do so, and I know you practice this and know exactly what you're doing, but do stand for just a moment with the dean and candidate should anyone want to take your photograph, or both over there. So, first group.